This is the Temple of Artemis. It used to be one of the most important religious sites in the Hellenistic world until it burned down on the exact same night that Alexander the Great was born. I'm gonna drop some elite fucking ball knowledge on y'all. I've written an urban fantasy that is basically just Indiana Jones with magic, except all the magic is based on like real world religious practices and superstitions. So instead of getting to, just make shit up, I have a 60-page document full of random bullshit. So the burning of the Temple of Artemis is important because it was a temple dedicated to a goddess who's not the same Artemis that we think about in terms of modern day pop culture. No, this was an earth goddess from Anatolia who had Artemis's name applied to her. So this is a fundamentally different goddess. And her temple was the site of an esoteric school where people are said to have learned magical arts and esoteric knowledge and mystic stuff. Now, if you look at this famous painting of Plato and Aristotle, you'll notice that Plato is pointing upwards in a reference to his philosophy of idealism, whereas Aristotle is gesturing towards the ground because of how his philosophy was more entwined with the philosophical schools of empiricism. It was kind of an early form of that. So Aristotle had long been associated with the earth, and it was thought that Aristotle was a mystical student of the Temple of Artemis. And you know who Aristotle's most famous student is? Alexander. So back in the day, it was thought that Alexander the Great was the reincarnation of this earth goddess's power, with the Temple of Artemis and the school full of all these mystics having burned down as a sacrifice to create this godlike being that would be infused with all of their esoteric power, who was then raised by one of the greatest sages of this school. Look, I don't want to get Alex Jonesy about it, but maybe the ancients were onto something. Maybe they had I don't know. Fits better than fucking alien pyramids.